And the next presenter is Alexa Doyle.
Getting my bar set up for you. Ooh. Alrighty. Joe's good? Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Alexa and I'm sober. And we're actually at a really exciting point in time where there are more and more people just like me who are choosing to live an alcohol-free life. Today I will be pitching the Known Bar, which will be LA's completely first non-alcoholic bar and wellness space. So the problem of alcohol misuse is a huge one, as there are many negative implications for American society. Alcohol is a known carcinogen, and it's linked to an increase in 7 different types of cancer. Alcohol also exacerbates mental health symptoms of anxiety, depression, and others. And finally, there's a huge economic and societal cost, estimated at $249 billion. Yet, as we all know, alcohol is a legal drug, and it's deeply entrenched in American society and culture, so it feels overwhelming to tackle. However, I see an opportunity, as there are more and more people like me who are choosing to drink less or not at all, and this non-alcoholic market has yet to be fully capitalized. So why me? Well, I was a consistent drinker for most of my life, and about 2 years ago, I made the decision to change my relationship with alcohol. Walking this path of sobriety hasn't been perfect, and it hasn't been easy, but it's been so fulfilling, and it's changed my life. Ironically, one of the hardest parts has not just been not drinking alcohol, but it's been reintegrating back into society, finding places to go and things to do where I wasn't pressured to drink. So here comes in my solution. The Known Bar is not just gonna be creating non-alcoholic beverages, but we're creating community. We are creating a space for sober socialization to build authentic connection. We will be part of this growing movement to support, normalize, and glamorize the alcohol-free life to ultimately address this issue of alcohol misuse. So let's imagine a world where it's cool and it's accepted not to drink alcohol. So my business model has several revenue streams, my core being my beverage sales. We will have on-premise beverage sales. This will be my core menu, and it'll be really Instagrammable, cool-looking, and delicious-tasting non-alcoholic drinks. Additionally, we will sell off-premise bottles, so we'll have a variety of non-alcoholic beers, wines, and spirits, and partner with the best brands to also offer items that you can take and purchase to go. Additionally, we will be offering weekly wellness community events. These are open for anyone who wants to get healthier and change their relationship with alcohol. These will include speaker series, beverage tastings, book readings, and other health events. And finally, we're going to get into e-commerce, where we will have online product sales as well as merchandise collaborations. So this is my sample menu, and as you can see, all of your favorites are reimagined with a non-alcoholic twist. There's so much variety right now, so really anything that you had as a cocktail, you can make non-alcoholic. Here I have a spicy Paloma, a no-hito, rosemary lemonade, and everyone's favorite summertime drink, the Aperol Spritz. So my competitive advantage is that no full-service, alcohol-free bars exist in LA. There are bottle shops, but it's not that same ambiance. It's not that inviting atmosphere where you can go in and sit down, have a drink, be with your friends. Additionally, our products and our events are for absolutely everyone. So whether you're just not drinking tonight, maybe you're pregnant, maybe you're training for a marathon, whatever the reason is, our products and our events are for you. Additionally, we will only be using high-quality ingredients in our cocktails. So as I've mentioned, there's so much variety right now, and there's non-alcoholic beers, wine, champagnes, and spirits, all of which have been curated to taste great. We will only be working with quality mixologists to make great tasting cocktails. Additionally, there are extensive partnership opportunities here, as this non-alcoholic and sobriety movement has yet to be really integrated in the health and wellness industry, which we all know is huge. So the market is extremely ripe for this. In 2021, 1 in 3 American adults identified themselves as no or low alcohol buyer. And in 2022, 2 in 3 adults consciously intended to drink less alcohol, led predominantly by our younger consumers. So what this tells me is that basically every US adult either doesn't drink very much, or wants to drink less. Also, this no and low spirits industry is huge, and it's rapidly growing, projected to reach $1 billion in the US by 2025. So my main competitors are these bottle shops, these non-alcoholic bottle shops. There's Busan, which a couple locations in LA, the New Bar in Venice, and Soft Spirits in Silver Lake. These are great, but they're just that. They're just bottle shops. You can't go in and have that same experience and build that community in the same way that you can in a traditional bar. Additionally, traditional bars are getting into this space. And some are offering non-alcoholic menus where they have zero-proof options or even a whole zero-proof menu themselves. So meet the team. I'm Alexa, the founder and CEO. Dana Moody is my Chief Creative Officer. Dana is an industry expert with over 20 years of experience in beverage and hospitality. We also have Nikki Martin as our Chief Beverage Officer. Nikki is a celebrity chef. She's been featured on the Food Network and has curated tons of non-alcoholic and alcoholic menus. Finally, Haley Knowles is my CFO. She's a colleague of mine from when I worked at the Walt Disney Company and has a range of financial expertise. In terms of my financials, the known bar is seeking an investment of $250,000 for the first 12 months of financing. The bulk of these costs will be spent on the design and construction of my space, as well as rent and utilities, some consulting and advertising, and legal insurance and other compliance. My key milestones are in the short term, I've been accepted into the Sands Bar Academy, which is basically a boot camp for non-alcoholic entrepreneurs who want to open their own brand or bar. Additionally, I will continue to network with industry professionals. I've met with non-alcoholic bar owners with several all over the country, and I already have established relationships with several non-alcoholic brands. I will also work, as I have been, on my pre-seed and seed funding. I'm working with my realtor to secure a location, sign a lease, and begin construction. In the mid to long term, I will continue to build out my beverage partnerships, curate the menu and the bar design, build out my wellness calendar, and finally, have my grand opening. So I didn't want you to just take my word for it. I actually spent the last year or so making non-alcoholic beverages for my friends and family and colleagues, some of which are in the room today, and I got really amazing feedback. Some people highlighted how these drinks taste just like alcohol. Especially some of my younger folks really highlighted the need for spaces for cocktails, replacements, and alternatives like this, as there is such a pressure to drink alcohol, especially for our younger folks. And as I answer any questions you may have, I really am excited to have a few options for you today that I would love to share if you would be interested in trying them. So thank you so much, and I welcome any questions or feedback you may have. I have a few. I have a non-alcoholic beer, a non-alcoholic gin and tonic, a non-alcoholic Paloma, and a non-alcoholic sparkling rosé. So do you want me just to pass it down? Feel free to take. Yeah, I got a bottle opener. I'll grab for you. Do you want to grab it, pass it down? All right. Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
With everything about this concept, I would absolutely be a user. I think there's a tremendous need for it. Thank you for supporting this movement.
Yeah.
I have constructed and operated 2 bars.
Oh.
$250,000 is not nearly enough.
Okay.
How did you come up with that number?
So I'm a CPA, actually. My background is finance and accounting. I have about 12 years of experience. And I didn't want to come out with a number that wasn't backed. So what I did for the first 12 months of financing was just a line-by-line budget. And as you saw, the bulk of those costs were design and construction. I used estimates based on some comps I did nationwide, as well as California-wide, to get the design and the construction costs. In terms of the rent and utilities, I have a commercial realtor in Los Angeles, and what we did was we looked at comps of spaces, some bars, some restaurants, to get an estimate for a monthly rent. Some of my savings actually come from professional services. So a lot of the finance is going to be done by me and my colleagues. I have lawyers in the family, and a lot of that will be done pro bono, as well as some of the consulting and advertising and initial marketing costs. So I would love to talk to you more to understand what I may have missed in my budget, because I came in with a number that I think is comprehensive to get started in those first 12 months of financing, but I acknowledge that there's a lot more that's going to need to be done and money to be spent.
So the follow-up would have to be, what square footage are you looking at?
I'm looking at a couple different options. in the 1,500 to 3,000.
Okay, we'll chat. But really good idea.
Thank you.
Just quickly, are you going to try to monetize the community center aspect of this, or is this all going to be pro bono?
Combination. So with the community wellness events, this is really, because to me, if we don't do an educational aspect to this and incorporate that into the bar, then it's going to be a missed opportunity. So I want to be able to offer these events, to anyone who wants to come. What I'm thinking, especially in Los Angeles, is that there's a lot of sober celebrities. There's a lot of writers who've written Quit Lit. There's a lot of doctors actually focused on brain health, and some that have spoken out against alcohol use. And so by engaging them, some of those are gonna be ticketed, right? Some of those are gonna need to be charged, but some of the more community or wellness recovery events, I would like to offer those pro bono, and that will be fueled by my beverage sales.
Well, first of all, thank you for the presentation. This definitely appeals to me because I'm in the no alcohol, and so now I can go and when I'm dancing on the bar, they don't ask me, do I drink? So,
Yeah.
But question, can you quickly explain what's your immediate revenue model? I know I was a little bit confused. Is it product sales? Is it the experience? Do you need the physical space to generate revenue, or like I said, what is that initial revenue generating model?
Yeah, so these are my revenue streams, and the core will be my beverage sales. So especially in the demographic of Los Angeles, and especially the way that I imagine my bar, they're going to be premium cocktails. They're still going to be, a good price, and so that is kind of where my core revenue will come. And then also, because there's so much variety right now with non-alcoholic beers, wines, spirits, brands, a lot of them want product placement in these bottle shops or in bars like this that are starting to kind of spring up. Some will pay to be featured in the bar. So what I'd like to also do is have almost a bottle shop within a bar, that people can come and take the items to go as well. These ticketed community events, especially ones that would draw a larger name, those can be a revenue stream, especially in Los Angeles, with kind of the opportunity there are to engage stakeholders and thought leaders and celebrities in the space. And then with e-commerce, these same partners, the bottles that I'm going to sell in person, I would also like to be able to sell and distribute certainly across California and then larger as we scale.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you.